Yeah, so with everything that I said in the last video, it's YouTube is quite the doozy here. Pretty damn YouTube is pretty damn hard to defend when they do stupid shit like go after Corey or do you guys remember when Charlie made a video about that apparently Susan Wojcinski actually called Charlie and she wanted feedback from him and wanted him to be feel a valuable member of YouTube and they wanted to hear him out, stuff like that. Um, she discussed all these possible changes, or at least listened to all of the changes from Charlie or whoever was speaking to her. On the phone, and they said that they were going to try and improve this and improve that, in related to the questions that Charlie was asking. And guess what? Guess what? They made Charlie look like a fucking idiot. Again, I have no disrespect towards any of these guys. I'm not trying to talk shit on them. I'm I'm stating a fact that Charlie got played so fucking hard by Susan. Like, that poor fucking dude. Because he even said that. He was like, well, if 6 months later nothing happens, then I guess I look like a fucking idiot. And he did. 6 months later, hell, a year and a half later since that video, nothing happened. Nothing was improved. Proof of this was, the Corey incident that happened recently. Yeah, it's pretty bad. YouTube gets pretty out of control a lot of the time, and I think that sucks. Um, Again, like, do I really blame them though? Like, think about it. They basically went to their boss, and their boss was like, "All right, yeah, you know what, you guys are kind of right. I maybe I should make these changes." And then, like, while Charlie and everybody else wasn't looking, the boss was just like, "Oh man, that would cost so much money. Ah, fuck it, they could just deal with it." Like, they probably changed their minds at the last second. That's totally a thing that can happen. So, yeah, man, I mean, like, but uploading to YouTube's also very convenient. But if they could just change their ways for the better and make things better for people and not themselves, that kind of would be nice, wouldn't it? Oh man, I don't know if that's a good idea to go on those rants and tangents, especially when I have a habit of repeating myself. Because I'm pretty sure half of that rant and tangent was just me repeating myself. I don't know, man. I really do enjoy talking so much so that I repeat myself again, as I just did. But it's just sometimes you just can't help but speak on what's on your mind or what you think is unfair. Like, cause come on, man, you can't deny that the shit that YouTube has done is fair. Like, that shit is so like raunchy. I just think it sucks that things like that can happen, and like no problem too. Like, things like that can just happen, and people are okay with it. That makes me scared a little bit because, like, what if a company genuinely does try to pull some scumbag shit? Like, there's a really good chance that nothing will happen. Oh man, it's getting fucking hot in here. Oh god. Oh well, took a screenshot by accident. Didn't mean to do that. I didn't even mean to do that. All right. Well, I'm gonna turn on my fan here because it is kind of getting hot. That's the thing about Florida, man. It's so weird. It was so, like, cold last night. Well, not that cold, but it was cold for Florida standards last night. And now it's like 3 hours later. It's starting to, well, not 3 hours later, but like, the cold lasted a while, and in 3 hours time, it got hot in my room again. Either that, or I'm just getting so fucking heated about this discussion that it's actually kind of generating heat in my body more than usual. Because I do get angry. I do get really, really angry. I don't like getting angry in public though. So, my brain being trained to be like, there's probably people watching. Like, I don't like to get angry in front of people. I mean, like, when I died, I was just like, oh, are you fucking kidding me? God damn it. Like, fucking A. But that's actually incredibly tame compared to, like, how I actually fucking lose my shit. So, I don't like to freak out in public. I used to when I was much, much younger, but not anymore. I think I'm pretty calm and collected when bad when a company does stupid shit. The last time I freaked out over a company when I shared that story when I got no sauce on my Domino's pizza and then I lost my shit towards the guy. But that was only. But to be fair, that was only because I was so confident that there was no sauce on it, or that there was tomato sauce on it, and I was half right. Like I was half right in the terms of like there was it wasn't like there wasn't the sauce that I wanted. Like I was half right in that department. Like the 50% that was right was the fact that the sauce was not the sauce that I wanted, but it turns out that he did put barbecue sauce on it. He just fucked up and put like 2% sauce on it instead of a full normal amount of sauce. And I sort of yelled at him because it was also like one of the first times where I thought I had a business cornered. But nah, well, technically speaking, I still kind of had him cornered if I had used my brain. I still could have used that to my advantage. Be like, yo, look at this pizza and see how much sauce there is. Because, yo, I guarantee you, there's fucking no sauce on that at all. And to say that is a bit of an exaggeration. There was sauce on it, but, dude, I've never gotten a pizza with that minimal amount of sauce. I don't know if he ran out or what. But that's the thing. But that was the part where I fucked up. I should have asked, like, better questions instead of just, like, oh, I got you cornered now. Well, dude, I'm going to come over there. And, you know, I shouldn't have done that. That was stupid. And I've learned from that. And, you know, I've had businesses fuck up since then, and I haven't acted like that. For example, I've gone to that local McDonald's in that same area multiple times, and they fuck up the order every single time. They just fuck up the order every single time I'm there. It doesn't matter what I'm ordering. It could be one thing, and they fuck it up. So I end up. So one day I went into that McDonald's, and I was saying to myself, I was like, yo, if they fuck it up again, I'm just gonna give the bag back and just be like, yo, can I get a refund? And sure enough, I got the bag of food and I inspected it because I learned my lesson at that point. And yep, they fucked it up. So I was just like, oh, man. So I wait in line to return the bag, and I was just like, hey man, listen, I don't want this. Okay, can I get my money back, please? And he's like, why? What's wrong? It's just like, I just explained to the guy. It's like, listen, you guys mess up every time I come here, and I'm sure you get customers that say that all the time, but I come from New York, and you know, in New York, people do make mistakes. This is true, but the amount of consistent mistakes that this place has made, it's gotten to a point where it's like, I don't know how to teach you guys how to not make a mistake other than the fact to return this and ask for a refund. I'm sorry, can I please have my money back? And obviously the guy's like upset because, you know, he thinks he's going to get in trouble or whatever, but I got my money back, and I was calm about that whole situation. You know, I didn't raise my voice. I was, you know, I didn't be like, blah, 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 blah. Like I was relatively chill. I was like, you know, I calmly explained the situation, and even though the guy kind of scoffed at me a little bit, to be fair, if I was in his shoes, I would have scoffed at the guy too, just because, like, you know, you're now because I'm at the cash register and you have to ask me for a refund. That also makes me look bad in front of my boss. So it's just like, you know, and like I will admit I was kind of adamant about it in terms of like, yeah, no, I don't want you to explain. I don't want to free this. I don't want to free that. Just please take this, and I really want my money back. You guys make too many mistakes. Is basically the sum of version of that story. And yeah, so I've calmed down since the Domino's incident and realized, okay, maybe that's not how I should talk to people. And I wish people in general had that mindset. You know, because like there are times where people will just genuinely act like that, not learn from that mistake, and then just fucking go on with their lives and just be a nuisance to those kinds of people. And then, like, I'm sure I fucked up once or twice at some point. Like, don't get me wrong, I totally might have, like, still lashed out, but I don't remember. And the reason why I remember these stories is because I'm very embarrassed by them. I'm very embarrassed at the fact that I acted like that, So I like to imagine that if I don't remember, like, being, like, unnecessarily rude to, like, a certain person, I like to imagine that it actually didn't happen. But, I mean, if it did, well, I don't know. Like, I know that's a very stupid way of looking at it, and that's very flawed logic. Yeah, you know, that's the same logic that people use, where it's like, um, oh well, like say I was abused by my dad or something, and my dad was just like, well, you're telling me that I hit you in the head, but I don't remember it happening, so it didn't happen. I understand that, like what I just said, in terms of like, you know, behaving in public, you know, that it could apply to that sort of thing. But like I said, man, I really do like talking, so I really wouldn't mind sharing any more embarrassing public stories. Like this one time, I went to my brother and his girlfriend took me out to BJ's Whole Club, and we had to do something. I can't remember what it was, and I have no idea what was even going on, and I had no context, no nothing. I kind of just like my basically my brain went. I'm waiting in this line for a long time for someone to do something, and I don't know what it is that something is, but it's taking a really long time. So I kind of just like I think the customer I think the guy was like helping somebody while I just blurted out, "Hey, so what are we waiting for right now?" or something like that. And yeah, my brother and his girlfriend really fucking made me feel really fucking stupid about that. Like unnecessary. I mean, maybe it was necessary because, you know, again, I don't remember doing anything like that similar since then. But yeah, no, I just blurted it out like out of nowhere, and like I said, I had no context for anything. So there was like even if that guy gave me like a legitimate answer, I wouldn't even known what the answer was for, because I didn't know. All I knew was that I was just kind of standing there wasting my time doing nothing. Like, and it sucks because I had a Switch at the time. I don't know why I didn't bring it. I didn't think I was gonna bring it. I thought we were just gonna go in, look at food and whatever he wanted to get, and then just come out. But he had to do something real quick, and I don't know what that something entailed, and I don't know what it was, but I just remember sitting there for a while, and I was just like, "Duh, what are we doing?" And then fucking, I just got weird looks, so. Yeah, I'm not the brightest individual, unfortunately. But, but what makes me bright is learning from those situations, I feel like being able to learn the fact that it's like, hey, maybe that's not something you should be doing. I think that's the part that can make anybody smart. You could be the dumbest human being. You could genuinely be the dumbest human on the planet. Because I'll admit, you know, sometimes I'm not very smart. But I think what considers me smart is the fact that I'm willing to learn from a mistake and realize, okay, yeah, this is not how you handled the situation. So next time, you know, approach it differently. Approach it differently with a better tone of voice and patience. Yeah, I feel like that's a good lesson to learn right there. You know. Okay, that's good. I'm just checking. Yeah, but the house is almost done. Just gotta, you know, spruce it up, make it look nice. Do I need anything here? No, okay, that can stay. That's gonna be the quote unquote ventilation. I'm putting that in quotes just because it's not gonna ventilate very well. But it's not. It's hopefully it doesn't make the house too small. When I was playing this with my friend, I actually figured out a better ventilation. Like on the spot, I didn't even look it up or nothing. I found a way to make a better ventilation system for me and my friend's house. But this house, unfortunately, does not have the support to be able to do that kind of ventilation unless it's I think at the end of the house here. But I do plan to put campfires here, so we'll see what happens. It might. And the thing is that my ventilation idea on our file didn't necessarily get rid of the smoke entirely. Cause you know, when I put the smoke in here, it's absolutely gonna fucking. It is 100% gonna fucking be all smoky in here. Oh fuck! Ah shit! Just bashed my elbow against my end table. Ah. It was such a. I don't understand that, man. It's such a light, like the lightest jab ever, and for some odd reason, my elbow is just like, Jesus fuck! Oh my god, was that a hammer? It's like, no, I lightly grazed you onto a solid wood end table. You're gonna be fine. And then my freaking elbows just freaking out, man. Yeah, but you see how the smoke is like in the ceiling? I mean, so long as it's not, choking me out, I should be okay. But the idea is that the smoke should eventually. I mean, it's good, as you can see, it's dispersing before it even gets there. But again, I plan to put more campfires in here. But the idea is that the smoke is going to come out the sides here, so that way there's not going to be too much smoke. But let's face it, there's going to be too much smoke because that's not. Because the way that the smoke is going to come up and stuff, it's not gonna be good. Alright, and then we're gonna have this. Which way should this go? Okay, this way. Alright, so we're gonna seal this off. So that way it's like a separate entrance. That is also really cool that the sound effects of the ocean change when you're inside of the house. Like I said, man, this game does such a great job when it comes to the detail. I don't like in the vanilla game there is so much lacking content. And don't get me wrong, it's an early access game. It's meant to be lacking in content, but it's more so the fact that it's like. Dude, I honestly believe there's no fucking excuse to not have a black metal pickaxe. I think there's absolutely no excuse to not have a spear, a black metal spear, or whatever spear of whatever. There's, like, honest to God, I really believe there's no excuse for that. And that's the part that, like, doesn't make me like the game. But luckily, the people do encourage modding. They do encourage modders, and they do encourage people. Well, I don't know if they, because that's the thing about Ark as well, is that Ark encourages. Like, they really want people to mod the fuck out of their game. Like, they are so interested in people modding their game. Valheim, I don't know if they're that, like, encouraging. I don't know if they're that encouraging to the point where they'll sponsor somebody's mod. If it's, like, popular enough. But, I mean, I don't know. It's like, their apps, they definitely don't, like, they don't discourage people from modding, so I think it's okay. I just think it sucks that the game breaks when a major update comes out. Hell, even a minor update, I think some certain mods will break. But that is just kind of how it is. Maybe it's Unity. I mean, I don't know the first fucking thing about. I don't know the first thing about, like, any kind of programs that people use to make games on. I don't know anything about that. I don't know what Ark is made out of. I think it's made out of. I don't know what Ark is made with. I imagine Unreal Engine, but yeah, I'm sure Unity wasn't really made for modding. So when a big update comes out, it probably fucks with them on a certain level, or like it fucks with the modding because either the developers just are too focused on making content that they don't give a shit. If updates break mods, but I don't think it's that kind of situation though. Honestly, I really do think the creators of this game does in fact encourage modding. It's just a matter of, like, you know, how much. It's just like, dude, there's probably limitations that they're always working on, and they don't have time to make sure that because they're busy trying to get the game out. You know, they want to get the game out, and I guarantee when the Mistlands update comes out, odds are the game's probably going to go up in price. Because keep in mind, this fucking game was $20. This game right now, as of this recording, is $20 fucking dollars. And I think that's crazy. Dude, the amount of content... So, like, let's say in vanilla, like, vanilla Valheim, right? Believe it or not, as much as I was complaining about the lack of content... Yo, hold on a second. Okay, I'm sorry. I was kind of tripping there for a second. But yeah, man, the amount of content in this game in vanilla Valheim is actually really fucking impressive for $20. Like, for real. For just $20, you get so much fucking content. Like, you really do. You seriously get a nice amount of content for just $20. It's kind of crazy. It really is. I'm honestly impressed with the amount of content or like play value that you get for this game in particular for 20 bucks. Like really, it's honestly really fucking cool. And then when you get mods into the mix, oh my god, it's so much more worth your buck then. Because like I said, man, there's no, like, I have a mod where it's Hugo's Armory, where he's got, like, a shit ton of great-ass looking weapons, whereas, like, you know, I think it's totally fucking lame that there's just, I think it's totally lame that there's not, like, two-handed bronze swords, or battle axes, or, like, other variants of weapons such as knuckles and things like that. And again, they're just trying to get the game out as fast as they can within their ability. And I don't know what it is about this whole, like, I don't know what's with this trend lately, but, you know, Phasmophobia is a pretty good horror game, but it's only being made by, like, 3 or 4 people max. So, like, I don't understand why this is something that's been happening lately with, there's just been, like, a trend of like really good games coming out, but they're made by like 3 fucking people, so the game like takes fucking forever to get updates and like finished, quote unquote. So like, you know, that to me that's confusing, but it's honestly whatever. You know, like I'm honestly grateful, because also keep in mind that Phasmophobia is like $15 too, so I don't expect a massive team of people to work on it. But still, though, it is you know, kind of sort of, you know, it is kind of sort of disappointing, because it's like we're kind of waiting a long time for these updates, and they're not really getting a move on with it, which is fine, because they want to make sure it's right. They don't want to make sure it's a buggy mess to deter people away. But man, it's just this game needs content. But luckily, like I said, there are modders out there that are doing the fucking world a favor. Honestly, they are heroes in my eyes. These modders for Valheim. Just trying to double check and make sure that we're all satisfied with what we got going on, and just trying to double check on the fact that, you know, like, actually, I don't know why I'm phrasing it like that, but you know what? Well, why don't we do a next recording, huh? Well, that sounds like a good idea, because I definitely went on another tangent, and God knows how long this video's been going on for. So, yeah, why don't we go on into another video? Yeah, okay, 22 minutes, not bad. Alright, next video.